So the Kings are out after 5 games. As I said, I think they made a better show of themselves than the Penguins did over in the East. Embarrassing. But the Kings, in the end, the record book will show they're 1-0 as a Cup champion. So how do King fans feel? Well, we have to go to the Royal Half. Mr. Half with theroyalhalf.com is the ultimate website for all things Los Angeles Kings. And I must say, Mr. Half, you're thanking everyone. You're saying you're happy today. You're thanking all these people. We don't even get a mention. I'm very upset about this.
Well, you know you're always my favorite.
No, apparently not. You're people who clean your toilet are there and everything else. All right, so you didn't get your toilet cleaned by the Hawks. You didn't get your clock clean, but your team's out in 5 games after the high of last year. How's it feeling today?
Well, this is the first time in Los Angeles Kings history that they've made a conference finals and haven't advanced on to the Stanley Cup. So I finally know what it's like to be a San Jose Sharks fan.
All right. Which you beat. As you said, that's one of the highlights of the season is you beat those guys.
Yeah, I think, when we talked a couple weeks ago, there was a lot of personal demons here that I think after winning the Stanley Cup, the Kings needed to get past. And I think definitely beating the Sharks in the second round was one of them. Daryl Sutter didn't get a chance to beat Chicago, which I'm sure he would have loved. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. There's so many people throwing at me on Twitter, oh, the Kings are a one-hit wonder. Oh, they're a fluke. I mean, they made it back to 3 victories from having a chance to compete, to repeat as a Stanley Cup champion. I don't think this is a one-hit wonder type team.
Yeah, and on that note, without getting into the X and O's of it, what is the consensus or the feeling of Kings fans, what they need to do to make sure next time they win those extra 3 games? Because from a distance watching, I'd have to say these guys have problems putting the puck in the net. When 4 goals in a game, if the other team gets 3, I'm thinking, they're not scoring 4.
Yeah, I mean, for Kings fans, to lose this way in the double overtime game, it's the ultimate irony that the Kings actually are able to score 3 goals and find a way to lose. I think that's been the problem with this team from the Terry Murray days with scoring. They're so good defensively. They know they got John Quick having their back in the net. But besides that Stanley Cup run last year of 20 games, this team hasn't put together consistent offense. I think you can talk a lot about injuries. I think we found out that obviously Mike Richards and Jarrett Stoll had an injury.
Yeah.
We found out that Dustin Brown had been playing on a bad leg for a week. Was Justin Williams separated his shoulder on that Brad Stewart hit. And then the biggest surprise of all was to find out that Anze Kopitar wasn't injured.
Yes, all right. He should have just pretended.
Well, I think it's a little bit lost in translation because I think in Slovenia, saying that you're on a cold streak actually means that you've dislocated both shoulders. So I think it's just a difference of language here.
We'll go with that. Okay, so now, as you said in your website, now 1 season without a Stanley Cup. It really makes a difference, though, even though you want to win and it's a little sour or empty or whatever the taste or feeling may be. There's something about winning the Cup before, though. It's not frustration. It's not like same old, same old. You know what it's like to be on top of the mountain. It's got to be different from all those other years, right? Because you always can say, yeah, but we won the Cup. How long do you think that'll last for? Before, Tampa Bay Lightning fans all these years later still saying, yeah, but we won the 04 Cup. What do you got, 10 years on this, 5 years?
I have to tell you, Tampa Bay fans were saying that to me up until last year. Every time I made fun of their franchise.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
Carolina Hurricane fans could say it. I think once your favorite hockey team has won that cup, I know a lot of the Chicago fans this series, which there's so many great ones, were telling me that Detroit still says, we have 11. We've got 11, even though you've got however many Chicago has.
Yeah, 4, I think.
No matter what, I think the statute of limitations will run out once San Jose and Vancouver win the Stanley Cup.
Ooh.
Because that's our only kind of trump card with those 2 franchises. But I mean, the LA Kings had 25 playoff victories in 2 seasons.
It's pretty good.
That's amazing
for
a team that has been awful its entire existence. So it's I think we have to enjoy this ride a little bit.
Yeah.
before all of our stars are traded away and this team is rebuilding again in 10 years.
Okay, we got about 3 minutes left, Royal Half, and if this is the last time we talk this season, always enjoy you being on. I gotta ask though, Gerald Sutter, he's a character. Loved him as a player, loved him as a coach in Calgary. Now he's in LA. He's won a cup. He's immortal there. I was watching his press conference on one of the Canadian news services, The Score, that was carrying the stuff on after the game, and he's kind of nodding off, and his nose seems bigger than usual, and he looked like a Muppet to me. And he looked like one of the Muppets, and I mean this in a nice way. So I went on Twitter and asked who Gerald Sutter most resembles like a Muppet, and people were saying Beaker, and they were saying a whole bunch of other people. Anyone leap to mind?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we've actually done this Photoshop at the Royal Half. He looks like I don't know the character's name, but it's the Blue Eagle Muppet. He's the kind of stoic, bald eagle.
Who? Someone said that, and I can't remember the name either. It was my sister who was the Muppet fan. Who's that? Aaron, do you know the Muppet on the Muppet Show, the eagle, the Blue Eagle?
I remember him. Is it not Sam? Sam the Eagle?
Yeah, you know what? It might be.
It might be.
That's been a running joke. I also feel like, and again, this is the kind of investigative reporting you get at the Royal Half. We've done in-depth looks. If you look at Daryl Sutter's just kind of normal face, it is the exact emoticon of a sad face, of the colon and the upside down parentheses. It is his exact face.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, he's a character, isn't he?
I also feel like Daryl Sutter looks like, and this is an obscure reference, I don't know if you guys will get this, but he looks like the villain from Ghostbusters 2.
Oh, that is
one that's coming.
Aaron, did you get that one?
Yes, I get that
Aaron
one, yes.
I am proud to say I've never seen that, but now I have a reason to watch it. Good stuff. Let me ask you this for your Golden Royal Half. In Stanley Cup Final, you're a hockey fan. Are you going to be watching now that the Hawks have beat you? Is it like go Boston, or is it whoever beats me I cheer for, or do you even give a damn?
I'm a hockey fan, true and true, so I'll definitely watch the Stanley Cup. Generally, I love to root for the team, especially being a Kings fan, that's gone the longest without winning the Stanley Cup. Since there's no Canadian teams in the finals this year, I'm going to have to vote for Chicago because they went, a year and a half longer than the Bruins.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, way back in 2010. Royal Half, good stuff. The website again, royalhalf.com, right?
Yeah, Royal Half. Thanks, guys, for a great season, and we'll see you in October.
We'll talk to you in October. Thank you.